Hey everybody, this is Mr. On Demand, man with the master plan. And my master plan today is to explain IPTV to you. If you don't understand really what IPTV is, I'm going to explain the different types of IPTV there is. I'm going to explain to you how IPTV started and give you a nice overview of it so you have a better understanding. I don't condone using illegal IPTV or doing any kind of copyright infringement at all. But this video is aimed to just entertain and inform you about IPTV. Let's go ahead and get started. What is IPTV? Simply put, it's a way of getting live TV channels over the internet instead of from a cable box or a satellite TV box. But is IPTV legal? I'm not a lawyer, and I will not pretend to know if what you are using, free or paid in your country, is legal or not. What I will tell you is this. In the beginning, this was new territory, so it was a gray area as far as the law was concerned. This opened the door for a whole new type of pirate TV. The type of devices that you can get IPTV on range from old mag boxes, which were first, and were not smart TV boxes and did not run apps, but only ran IPTV from a MAC address type of service. We'll talk more about different types of IPTV services in a little bit. These early boxes were limited and were similar to a cable TV box, except the channel lineup was much larger. The quality was low at first and improved as the internet got faster. Then other devices showed up, like the Fire TV sticks and Android boxes, which ran the mobile Android OS. Then the Android TV OS boxes like the NVIDIA Shield showed up as well as Roku, Apple TV, Google TV entering the market. Many different devices all capable of running some sort of app capable of running IPTV. The most popular of these being Fire TV, Android TV, and Google TV devices because the ability to sideload apps from different sources. Whether it be a mag emulator or an app that could be programmed for a different service, there was lots of money to be made. The legal companies cracked down on the illegal ones as the gray area was getting better defined by the law in many countries. The companies started to see an opportunity for legal IPTV as well. This paved the way for companies like Sling TV, YouTube TV, Hulu, and Fubo. So they charge a monthly fee for channels, just like cable TV, and often give a free trial to suck people in. This is now called Cable 2.0. There is also free ad-based ones as well, like Pluto TV, Tubi TV, and Plex TV. Roku, Google, and Samsung also have free ad-based IPTV. Did you know that even DirecTV now has a free IPTV service too? Plus a paid IPTV service if you want to pay them as usual. But what about the underground IPTV services, you ask? Well, there's three main types of underground IPTV services. MAG, which uses the MAC address for the security, normally associated with network adapters, which have a MAC address. This is basically a serial number for the network device, Wi-Fi, or Ethernet. Then there's M3U lists. M3U lists are a basic text file that uses a password and username to secure the service. Then there's extreme codes. Extreme codes, which uses a server address, port number, and username and password. Extreme codes became one of the most popular ones because it was tailor-made for IPTV, offering the sellers a way to control their resellers and their users very easily. This video was for educational purposes only. I do not endorse any service, whether it's legal or illegal. I just wanted to educate people on what IPTV is. I personally think live TV is dead, and it's all about on-demand content these days. Let me know in the comments section what you think. Is live TV dead? The only live TV I watch these days is sports. I don't even watch news live. I handpick the clips that I want to watch to learn about the news I want to know about. Flipping through channels just to hope something is on that you want to watch is just not worth it when you factor in the commercials. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. This is Mr. On Demand, and hopefully I did a great job. And if I didn't, let me know down in the comment section what you didn't like about the video, and I'll try to do a better job in the future for you. I'm working hard to do better quality videos. I'll see you next time. You all have a wonderful day.